Lade ich auch die Aufnahme nochmal neu. Damit herzlich willkommen zu einem kleinen neuen Projekt. Mit davor, wir gehen direkt ins neue Game. Let's go! Dann halt doch im Fenstermodus. Das ist einfach, weil ich zu geizig war.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight. Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest? Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are.
Ich bin
One
Dori.
meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
So. Ich hoffe, dass es jetzt klappt ohne Probleme. Wir müssen uns auch noch für den Protagonisten dann einen Namen überlegen. Ich bin allzu am Überlegen. Ja, ich möchte Dori genannt werden.
A most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
Ja, ist sie.
A passing daydream, an idle creation of a distracted mind. That must be how you see it. I confess my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
Let's go. Wir spielen natürlich auf normal. Hatten wir eben auch. Irgendwie habe ich gerade ein Déjà-vu.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming, mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners! No crown or church will save us!
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? How'd they get one of those?
Come on! Hey, keep it moving! Hurry it up! Next one! Huh? Look at you! What have we got here? He's an elder! So he is. No horns, no knife is. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like us.
drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Diesmal scheint es nicht zu ruckeln. Sehr gut. Ich finde es geil an, wie es animiert ist. Geil. Einfach geil. Nee, diesmal scheint es flüssig
This
zu
place
laufen.
already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Louis saving us? Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
Was für eine Mission?
What mission?
Come on. This is no time for jokes. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
Was denn für eine Mission? Aber mich interessiert, was das mit Elder und was das damit zu tun hat, dass ich keine Hörner auf dem Kopf habe. Was? Wir sollten zunächst einen Ort suchen, von dem aus wir die ganze Gegend überblicken können. Lol, es ist nicht alles vertont. Huch. Basissteuerung, drücke die Bewegungstaste, um dich zu bewegen und halte währenddessen RT gedrückt, um zu sprinten. Mit B kannst du angreifen. Im unteren Bildschirmabschnitt werden die verfügbaren Aktionen und die entsprechende Steuerung angezeigt. Auf der Minikarte unten links kannst du erkennen, wo du dich relativ zu deinem Ziel befindest. Bereits freigeschaltete Tutorials können dir im Hauptmenü ansehen. Cool.
Let's go.
Eine höhere Position rein. Moment, da ist was in der Nähe. Nicht bewegen.
Watch out.
Vorsicht, diese Gegner sind gefährlich. Allerdings scheinen sie uns noch nicht bemerkt zu haben. Okay. Feensicht. Drücke LT für Feensicht, damit du kurzzeitig wie Galsier die Umgebung wahrnimmt. Wenn vor dir ein Gegner erwartet, dem du noch nie begegnet bist, wird er als unbekannt angezeigt. Kein guter Moment, um sich leichtsinnig zu nähern. Okay, da müssen wir hin. Ist aber cool mit den Tagen auch. Kann ich das eigentlich gedrückt halten? Nee. Okay, wir sprinten mal. Haben wir eigentlich? Ah, nee. Wir haben eine Rolle. Will nur noch einen Ausdauerbalken, dann hätte ich gesagt, wieder Souls-like. Entschuldigung. Ah, ich hab so Bock auf das Game. Ich freue mich so dermaßen. Die Demo hat schon so viel Spaß gemacht.
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Erinnere mich noch mal dran.
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives? First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Was haben wir jetzt bekommen? Ich konnte inspirierende Musik in meinem Kopf hören, die Wirkung von Galias Magie.
Was the first magic this world ever knew after all. Makes the road a little easier.
Oh, die Melodie ist schon Pockchen. Geil. Farmklassen. Ich finde Farmklassen geil in FF14. Hey, schau mal.
Over there.
Das ist eine Straße, oder? Dem Himmel sei Dank. Brandrad ist bereits in Sicht.
Let's go.
Nur noch ein bisschen länger gehen wir weiter und versuchen wir nicht von Gegnern bemerkt zu werden. Okay. Ah, ich kann auch einfach einmal drücken. Oh, das ist schon geil. Musik 10 von 10. Ich finde die Musik so geil. Wenn ein bisschen Ruhe ist, muss ich euch was erzählen. Jetzt wollen wir erstmal so ein bisschen Prolog, bevor ich ein bisschen Quatsch mache. Oh, das ist nicht gut. Sonst unterbreche ich mich die ganze Zeit, wenn Cutscenes und so.
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Ukrainia. The year is 785. Ukrainia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
Ist das erst? Besitze einer mächtigen Fantasie. O großer Sucher, bitte komm aus einem ruhmreichen Zeitalter zu uns. Erwidere meine Bitte und gewähre mir deine Führung. Boah, ich hab so Bock auf das Game. Hui. Ja, wir haben jetzt erstmal ein bisschen Dialog, deswegen. Ich erzähle nachher eine kleine Story.
Whoa, just look.
Wow.
10 von 10.
Get on with it then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead.
Yeah!
Bin mal gespannt, was es mit diesen Zünders hatte, weil die Banditen hatten das auch.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
Careful!
hurry.
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid. Look, we're not tourists here. We've gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only Elder here, in the whole city even.
Okay, wir sind Elder und haben keine Hörner. Das heißt, Elder müssten Hörner haben. Ich bin halt super gespannt, was es mit diesem Zünder auf sich hat.
Capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Plamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey Elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Louis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
Oh, was haben wir da?
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best. The saint could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt His Highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed His Highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Aha. Wir müssen also hier dem Militär beitreten. Für die Kontaktperson.
Hey, are you listening? Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers.
Du bist bei Level 63. Ui. Aber ich weiß genau, was du meinst. Ich muss die aber auch langsam anfangen. Weißt du, wo es lang geht? Du kannst ohne Scheu zugeben, dass du den Weg nicht weißt und mich um Rat fragen. Drücke RB, um die Umgebungskarte zu öffnen. Wenn du nicht weiter weißt, drücke Y. Galisa gibt die Information zur Umgebung. Drücken sich umreiten Steuerkreuz nach oben. Steuerkreuz? Ja doch, Steuerkreuz. Wie Städten, um deinen Fortschritt zu speichern. Okay, machen wir mal. Ein Gärtner ist 91. Ui. Okay, ich will immer noch den Sprint an. Wir haben jetzt keine Zeit für Unfug. Wenn du dich verlaufen hast, sieh auf deine Karte, geh die Hauptstraße entlang, dann solltest du zum Regierungszentrum finden. Okay, hiermit finden wir die. Ich will erstmal hier schön die Schenke. Also ich muss sagen, animierte Cutscenes, Musik, geil, aber es gibt leider ein Kriterium an dem Spiel, was mir gar nicht gefällt. Das ich leider auch schon in der Demo hat, sind diese ganzen Effekte. Für mich ein bisschen zu viel sogar. Aber ansonsten hat die Demo auch schon einen riesen Eindruck bei mir gemacht. Die Effekte sind für mich ein bisschen too much.
Look at that. The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
I guess that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types too.
Zünder. Ich möchte einen haben.
Now I want one for myself.
Yeah, until you see the price tag. Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic. Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say we don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop.
Ja.
Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
Was kostet der? Nein, danke. Das Königszepter? Was kostet der? Jetzt bin ich gespannt.
You're not really going to fall for that, are you? How would you even know what the royal scepter looks like to begin with? You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty. Passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic. World-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead, with no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
Ich werde es mir merken.
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Also.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, We don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Also wir sollen uns hier dem Militär anschließen und hier gibt es bald Ärger. Perfekter Start für ein JRPG. Oh Gott. Ja, ich weiß, bei solchen Spielen. Also ich kann mich gar nicht dran erinnern, ob es bei... Also bei Persona 5, klar, war es auch so. Aber bei Shin Megami Tensei 5... weiß ich gar nicht mehr. Aber die Animationen gefallen mir so gut. Das kann halt. Das kann halt das Studio. Ich dachte, in dieser Menge würde niemand bemerken, dass du ein Elder bist. Aber die Leute sind doch aufmerksamer als gedacht. Wir wollen keine Aufmerksamkeit erregen, aber wenn du deine Stammeszugehörigkeit verbirgst, wirft das nur Fragen auf. Sei einfach du selbst, auch wenn sie dich beleidigen. Lol, es wurde auch instant gebannt. Es ist zwar einfacher gesagt als getan, aber wir müssen an unsere Mission denken. Das Regierungszentrum sollte gleich da vorne sein. Geil, der Bot funktioniert. Instant gebannt. Geil. Vielen, vielen Dank nochmal an der Stelle. Oh.
That must be the recruitment center. I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward. Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine. Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead. Okay, you got this.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up.
Oh Gott, ist der grimmig.
An elder? I thought your kind was long gone. Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use
eine
more
Weise.
of those. So, what brings you to enlist?
Ich will für Veränderungen kämpfen. Ich brauche das Geld. Mir ist einfach so langweilig. Also ich will dazu sagen, ich habe zwar die Demo gespielt, aber ich habe alles weggeklickt, weil ich mich nicht spoilern wollte. Oh, das ist schwierig. Wir sollen ja nicht für Aufmerksamkeit erregen. Ich glaube, mir ist einfach so langweilig und ich brauche das Geld, ist ein bisschen schlecht. Ich mach trotzdem, ich brauche das Geld.
I need the money.
Pragmatic, if nothing else. But I suppose a vagrant like you could use the work. So, what can you bring to our beloved corps? Any skills to speak of?
Ich bin stärker als ich aussehe. Ich habe einen scharfen Verstand. Ich kann viel verstecken. Ich bin klein, aber schnell. Ich habe immer Glück. Den langweilig genommen. Ich habe einen scharfen Verstand. Ich bin stärker als ich aussehe.
I'm stronger than I look.
With arms like that, you'd have to be. Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
Oh nein. Namen. Scheiße. Herbert. Nein, ich nenne nicht Herbert. Scheiße, ich brauche einen coolen Namen. Ah, Mann, ich hab die ganze Zeit dran gedacht, aber nicht. Also, wisst ihr, wie ich meine? Ich nenne ihn jetzt nicht laut. Olaf. Dann nenne ich ihn. Nein, ich nenne ihn nicht Herbert. Ich will ihn aber auch nicht. Ja, doch, komm, wir nennen ihn. Hast gewonnen. Nein, ich nenne ihn nicht Olaf. Eintrag. Ich nenne ihn nicht Olaf. Ich nenne ihn, Ich weiß nicht, warum Zeus. Einstellen Zeus. Mann, ich kann das nicht. Gib mir einen anderen Namen außer Olaf. Ah, ich kann das nicht. Schade, dass man dann nicht random entscheiden kann. Krieg's nix. Odin. Okay, ich nenne ihn Odin. Okay. Odin. Odin passt. Odin ist cool. Odin als Namen des Protagonisten nehmen. Jupp. Ich kann sowas nicht.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sightings, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment. You can pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property. So if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to... Next!
Hallo Nitok. Da müssen wir uns wohl ein bisschen gedulden. Okay. Boah, das sind aber schon ein paar Effekte. Das war doch gar nicht so mühselig, oder? Aber wir sollten uns lieber anstellen, sonst werden sie noch misstrauisch. Anstellen. Zu spät? Nein. Oi.
I heard they get sightings.
What? Of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What did they call them? Something like, human...
Next.
Ich krieg meine Ausrüstung.
Wait. No. You don't look like the others.
Surely not. An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
Move it. There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Waste of good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
Brute force and crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty clamor, is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousseau strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You all right?
Das war furchteinflößend. Ich hatte es unter Kontrolle. Das war furchteinflößend.
That was terrifying.
Don't let him get in your head. That's all people like him really want anyway. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
Der war cool.
Don't make my job any harder, please. Here, your igniter.
Feuerzünder.
These days, most come with their own magna crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway. It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving.
Das Ding um seinen Hals ist offensichtlich ein Zünder. Ich glaube, der Primus, mit dem ich gesprochen habe, besaß auch einen. Es gibt sie wohl in vielen verschiedenen Formen, wie man auch im Laden auf der Hauptstraße sieht.
And take this too. Protect it with your life.
Oh, Umgebungskarte der Hauptstadt. Geil.
Wow, that's a real map. It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details. Only the military could pull this together.
Listen up, striplings. My name is Captain Klinger. And as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command. I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Na toll. Bist du am Überlegen, dir das Spiel zu holen? Also bis jetzt macht es einen geilen Eindruck. Hi, Ravi.
Look at all the other recruits. They really are desperate for new blood. Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword. He'll also know right away why we've come. And don't worry, I'll recognize him. Well, the charming captain is probably right. We should get some rest before tomorrow. Hey. You awake?
Erst sollen wir uns ausruhen, dann weckt sie uns. Nein, ich schlafe.
Nope, I'm asleep. Good night.
Haha, very funny. Look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
Es wird nie einfacher. Es ist einfach, wie es ist.
It never gets easier.
Yeah, I could tell. Try to put it behind you, okay? Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all. These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
Das ist lange her.
That was a long time ago.
Lies es eigentlich die ganze Zeit vor.
But still, the prince was kind to take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Kann es warten? Welches Buch?
Sure, I guess.
I gotta say, I've been curious. Thanks.
Schauen wir mal, was in dem Buch ist. Wie geht's dir, Ravi? Alles klar?
It's what you call a fantasy story, right? So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories. Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over. In such a world, there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor. Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. Whoa. I see. No magic. No tribal conflict. And equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world. Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own? Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.
Lul. Ja, alles gut. So langsam geht's, was die Magenschmerzen angeht. Yep, ich möchte speichern.
Shouldn't you be resting? I'm fine. In fact, I'm glad we have this chance to talk. I've been reading, and I hope that someday we can make our kingdom like the place in this book. You said it was some kind of fantasy novel, didn't you? Our lives are decided at birth, by tribal purity, or by the differences that make us who we are. I don't want that to be the world we live in. The Elder here are a perfect example. If you'd not sheltered me, I would never have survived. And yet, they burned your home down. It's tragic, and no one should have to suffer so. Someone needs to fix... You okay? Don't push yourself so hard. Reality is much too cruel. I know that. But I'll fight it. I'll fight to the end. I'm a prince. But I need to be a hero. One worthy of the throne. A hero? One who can lead. A beacon who will pierce the darkness when all seems lost. My father taught me that. In his stories, The kingdom was full of legendary heroes. So I can't give up. In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. Not that I expect it will be easy. I believe in you. Familiar words. When I'm down, when I struggle, you're always there to help me through it. Let's do it. You'll be a hero. Trust me.
Ich überleg gerade, das war aber der Prinz, oder? Ja doch. Okay.
I won't give up either. Trust me.
Ich muss sagen, allein jetzt schon die Story gefällt mir besser als bei Persona, als ihr doch bei Persona, nee, noch. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Gefällt mir tausendmal besser. Hast du gedacht, wir gucken Anime? Das könnte man echt meinen. Ich habe aber auch Bock auf das Game, sage ich ganz ehrlich. Richtig gehypt.
Until arrival at the northern border fort, one day remains.
Das ist halt wieder so typisch Persona mit den Tagen. Ich finde das so geil. Wie weit wir wohl gekommen sind, überprüfen wir mal unser Ziel, das nördliche Grenzfort. Auf der Weltkarte kannst du dir Informationen über deine Umgebung anzeigen lassen. Wähle mit den Bewegungstasten einen Ort, über den du mehr erfahren willst. Drücke dann A.
This place here.
So.